Salvation Boulevard by Larry Beinhart. Narrated by Michael Kramer. Copyright 2008 by Larry Beinhart. This unabridged audiobook is published by arrangement with Larry Beinhart and Inkwell Management and was produced in the year 2011 by Tantor Media, Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto. To my family. My father and mother, who taught me to think. My wife, who inspires me and holds me to the highest standards. My children, who taught me that there are far deeper currents than mere thought. 1. Ahmad looked like hell. He also looked like a kid. I knew he was 21, but if he'd been cleaned up and had civilian clothes on and I saw him in the hallways at my daughter's high school, I could have believed he was 16, 17 years old. That was what Manny wanted me to see. Manny had a cause, and for some reason he wanted me to join up. I didn't understand why. It was unnecessary. Pay me, I do my job. Causes are dangerous. Everyone knows that. Right now, the kid was in an orange jumpsuit, his wrists and ankles manacled, connected by a chain that connected to another chain that wrapped around his waist. He had prison-issue slippers on his feet. He was scared, as scared as I've ever seen anyone. And he'd been hurt. He had bruising on the right side of his face, and he had trouble moving, and when Manny reached out to shake his manacled hand, he flinched. "Easy, son, easy," I said, soft and low, talking halfway between the way you talk to a person and a wild animal you're trying to coax to your side. He looked at me, his eyes dark as the night and wet as the rain. He couldn't help himself. The tears started to flow. It happens that way if you've been brutalized enough. The first gentle words you hear, the tears start to flow. "Come on," I said, and put my hand on his arm to lead him to the yellow plastic chair. They'd provided us with 3 chairs, no table. They'd even taken Manny's pens away and given him a felt tip for making notes. Pencils were too dangerous. This was not normal. Usually there was a table, bring your own pen, tape recorder, pads. The CO that brought him in was Leander Peel. He was mostly called Lee, sometimes Leap or Leapy. He worked prison escort a lot, and both Manny and I knew him. He was born again. Saved him from a life of crank before he lost all his teeth. He still rode a bike and had a Born to Lose tat beneath his uniform. He used to have an imp with an enlarged penis that said Satan's spawn, but he'd spent some serious dollars having it lasered off. He was an okay guy, not an asshole. He knew that we all have to live together. We all have our jobs. In addition to Lee, in his CO uniform, there were 2 suits. They didn't introduce themselves. Manny asked, "Who are you?" The older one, a homely man with 20-year-old pits of teen acne still marking his face and thin straw hair, muttered, "Homeland Security," from between thin, grudging lips. But who knows what that means? When I put my hand on Ahmad's arm, he and his young partner, an iron pumper, thick in the chest, both hunched like they were ready to pounce if the kid went berserk or I tried to spring him. "Back off," Manny said dismissively. Ahmad dropped to his knees and put his hands on my leg. He hugged my thigh and wept. "Save me. Please save me from these people." That was too much for the Homeland Security guys to accept. No crying, no touching, no accusations. So they moved. They were coming for him. Manny got between us and them. He looked at them with the authority of a man who sues people for a living and wins. "They're beating me," Ahmad said, both hands now on my thigh, holding on like I was a life raft, looking up at me like I was the key to the kingdom of heaven. "They stick things in my ass. I am innocent. Tell my mother. Please tell my mother I'm innocent. Don't let them beat me."